Good morning, guys. I'm just checking some earnings. All right, guys. Earnings season is here, and now some interesting companies. Well, earnings season was here last week too, but now some more interesting companies are starting to report. These FANG stocks are just killing it. It's insane. Apple has a great little flag inside of a bigger flag, but it's a very slow name. You got caught in Kara, but wasn't this data known? Like, it wasn't it? Like, didn't you know the data was coming? You should never hold into data. Like, wasn't the data expected this quarter? Because usually these things stay, you know, when the data is coming up, approximately. It's a slow grind higher among most stocks. We're not getting the explosive moves yet. Yeah, I've signed into all of my brokers except for one, but I don't plan trading there today. Yeah, good luck everyone. These cruise lines are really strong, but I'm gonna pass on them. So far, a bunch of things fading from the gap up open. Uber looks good too. So Overstock looks interesting. Fortunately, I kind of missed it. Hmm. OSTK huge gap up? Oh no, absolutely not. It only gapped like 17%. That's not huge at all. That's barely 2% of its 2 times ADR. Not at all huge gap up. At what point is a gap up too big? Well, I've seen gap ups over 100% that have worked out in like smaller cap names, like AMRN 2018. That one gapped up 235%, and then it went on to go up another 123% over the next 2 months or so. But that's an extreme scenario. But you know, usually like mid large caps, 10-20% is usually kind of the sweet spot. 10, 20, 30. Yeah, Futu is gonna be great next week. Looking forward to this one. Yeah, pretty much everything fading from the gap up opens. This Snapchat looks great on the weekly. And so on the daily. I would like it to tighten up. I bought half size. If it was tighter before this breakout, I would have bought more. Wait, did I get filled on Overstock on the dip? I think so. Wait. Did I have? Oh yeah, I did. My order was still in there. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. Everything fading off. This Overstock looks great on the weekly. Just look at how it's been surfing the 50 weekly, and it's kind of taking out this range. Not a super clean one, but EPs are events that can launch these types of stocks, but right now, not great price action. It kind of feels like last year and early this year, it was like 20-year-olds who were running the markets. Now it's the 60 and 70-year-olds running the market. Everything is so slow. No, it's true. 20-year-olds were running the markets. This is what happens when 20-year-olds run the markets. Extreme opportunities to make money. This is what happens when 60-year-olds run the markets. Slow but steady. Slow but steady. Financials keep grinding higher. This is the one trade I missed last week. I was about to buy one of these financial ETFs, but I didn't. Of course I didn't. Yeah, that's true. The 20-year-olds have all the time in the world, but they have no patience. While the 60-year-olds don't have as much time, but they have all the patience. It's true. Oh, this X, they report after the close. If they close weak, if this thing doesn't close green, I'm gonna sell it. I'm not gonna gamble into earnings. It needs to close strong for me to hold it into the earnings. Overstock. What a piece of something. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on Overstock. But Snapchat is strong. This thing is like hanging out near the highs of the day. Yeah, the oil ETFs was another trade I missed, unfortunately. Especially this XUP, which actually had a decent setup. Had a linear uptrend, pulled back, bounced to the rising 100-day, and it kind of broke out of this range. Monday was the entry. Or well, should have been the entry. Oops. Oh, nice. This is what relative strength looks like. Everything else is fading, and this thing just keeps going up. But I still don't like the fact that everything else is kind of fading. Never a good sign. Yeah, Ticket looks good. It's one of these pump stocks, but yeah, I'm gonna start stalking it. Probably not gonna trade it, but it's just too thin. Back here it was pretty liquid, but now the volume has just completely died off. Who wants oil? Well, nobody likes oil, but we need oil, so that's where they're going up. That's what the reality looks like. Oil is not gonna go anywhere soon. Oh, come on, Overstock. Did I sell near the lows? No, I didn't. RVLV, yeah, it looks good. It's a good looking one. Needs to tighten up a little bit. Maybe it goes on earnings next week. Yeah, the earnings are in a week. This RK ETF, it can't get above the 50 declining 50-day. Wasn't that good of a setup. I shouldn't have bought it. It was a mistake. Boredom trade. I went down in quality in my quest to find something to do. My bad. This T-Dog, I really like this company, but it's so weak. It's about to break down on the weekly. Too bad. And Snap is starting to fade. Yeah, not great action so far. Not much going on. Just like the past 2.5 months. This X is way too weak too. Doing some cleaning here. Man, we really have to work hard now. When easy money goes away, you have to work hard. It's really a whack-a-mole. Anything that tries to break out of... I mean, there's been some pretty good, decent range breakouts, but they're not working. That's not a good sign. Gotta listen to the market. Tesla is really, really weak. Looks like it's about to break down below this range here. Nasdaq still in correction? I'm sorry, what? Nasdaq hit new all-time highs today. What are you talking about? The Nasdaq is not in a correction. It just hit all-time highs. He had the chart upside down? Maybe. We need another correction, like a real correction. Get this thing. Like this grind near all-time highs with no explosive moves. It's not really what you want to see. You look at the index and you would think everything, like there's, you know, a lot of things going on, but there's really not. There's very few things moving. No, not much speculation money flowing right now at all. It all stopped early February. Early mid-February, that's when the speculation money started leaving. Hasn't come back since. Well, earnings season is still young. Let's see if we can catch something. Especially those of you who trade micro and small caps. There's gonna be almost guaranteed a couple of the smaller ones that, you know, they have some big earnings surprise and they double or triple or something in the next few months. It's your job to find those. I ignore the smaller ones completely. I can't trade them, but most of you have small accounts, and you know, starting next week, the smaller companies are gonna starting to report. And you gotta be on. You gotta, you know, put in the work, guys, if you wanna trade EPs. Pretty much every earnings season, there's in small cap land, there's a few that make big moves. No matter what the market. Well, except maybe if the market is like crashing. I think I'm gonna watch some YouTube. Do, 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 do. Well, there have been some. These triple ETFs have worked well, TQQ and TNA, and also some of the larger cap, like these semis, have worked really nicely. And then some these NVAX and etc. But yeah, it's a very narrow market. Like, we're not getting a lot of big moves, and there's not a lot of stocks making big, like moves at all. Most are stuck in a range. And when they try to go, they can get slammed down, most of them. So yeah, it's a tricky. This is the hardest market to trade, where like the indices are really strong, but there's not much action under the surface. I'd prefer a market where like the indices are, some markets are like, for example, I don't even know, do we have an example? But many times the market goes sideways and there's a lot of things going under the hood. I'd rather prefer a market like that. Or a market that's just going down and there are no setups. There's no strength. Those are the best markets, because you don't have to do anything. You can just take every day off. These markets are like, things are looking good. Some actually start to go and you enter them and then it goes to shit. That's the hardest. It's maybe 20% of the time we have a market like this. And 20% of the time it's free money. And 20% of the time it's a market where you literally don't do anything if you're a swing trader. Or very little, like maybe some triple ETFs or something. And I don't know what the other 40% are. I did the percentages wrong, because I'm pulling them out of my ass. And it didn't add up to 100%, so now I look like a fucking fool. And now you're thinking, why am I listening to this moron? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're an even bigger moron. That's why. We're all morons. Exactly, math is overrated. Anyway. You're offended? UNF5. Yeah, I guess it looks pretty decent. But the key is follow through. These small caps, they haven't been working really well. And still, like, the Russell is actually kind of grinding higher, but there's not many small caps moving. Small and mid caps. I can't find anything, pretty much. It's weird. When I day traded, I did trade a bunch of stuff, like intraday breakouts, but most of the time it was mean reversion setups on the short side. Those are the easiest to find as a day trader. I traded news plays and stuff like that, but yeah. I did a lot of stuff. Well, the good thing is there's still a lot of good bases forming. That's a good thing. Which means they may eventually break out and make big moves. Or they may break down. Like T-Doc, for example. This Pinterest is still kinda holding the rising 150 day. Kinda still holding the uptrend. It's not breaking down yet. Yeah, well, Etsy kind of faded off today. It's still, yeah, it's still building higher lows. It's getting so tight here. Problem is earnings is getting closer and closer. Worst thing that could happen is if it breaks out like the day before earnings or something. Or 2 days before earnings, you know. I'd rather want it to break out now or on earnings. Or whatever it does on the earnings day. I don't know. Ruth, yeah, it looks good. It's a good setup. Slow, but setup itself is pretty decent. Is it gonna have follow through? I don't know. Man, I can't believe I got shaken out of this ETHE. It's up 30% since I sold it last week on Friday. I don't even know. Where did I get stopped out? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's up 35% since. Oh. And guys, for those of you struggling and whining and look, this is what the market does most of the time. Last year and the first 2 months of this year was an anomaly, not normal. That kind of, easy money, it hasn't happened since like 99 2000. Or I wouldn't say even easy money, I would say free money. It was literally free money. This is what trading is. You take a step back, you adapt. And even day traders, like, most day traders, there's not that much to do. Not if you compare between, how much there was to do between March last year and February this year. This is not even close. Even day traders have to be super selective right now. There's just not. I mean, okay, stuff like BTX is going on, but before there were like 5 of these per day, 5 BTXs per day. Now there's not that many of these pump stocks moving. This is what trading is, guys. You're gonna be happy you started trading in a period like this. For those of you who have recently started trading, man, this LRCX does look good. Maybe I'll add if it breaks out from this flag. Like, once we get easy money again, you're gonna print money. You're gonna double, triple your accounts very, very quickly. But you can't do stupid things like trading aggressively in a market like this. No, I haven't been making money since late February. It's been a sideways grind. It's been a grind. It's normal. Every year I usually go sideways for 3-4 months, at least once. Or maybe in a drawdown / sideways. The money comes in maybe 3, 4, 5 months per year. Rest of the time you're just trading water. Just normal. And if you're not fine with it, you should maybe consider day trading. You're gonna have a smoother equity curve. But day trading, on the other hand, is harder than swing trading. So gotta find what works for you. Will this ever end? Man, you're already defeating yourself. Will this? No, it will never end. It will be a choppy for the rest of our lives. David, You don't need 50k. You're on vacation all the time. I know you don't need the 50k from me. Kalak. A small what? Oh, one semiconductor. Yeah. It's reporting today. After the close, yeah, I'll put it there. Twitter is also reporting after the close. This one is flagging nicely too. Twitter is at the same price where it was in the last earnings report. It's been going sideways and kind of been building higher lows. There's a lot of interesting stocks, like the starting next week and the week after. That's where the more interesting stocks are reporting. A lot of these Chinese companies and tech and software that are not like these mega caps. Let's look at the earnings calendar. So today is one of the heaviest. No, yesterday was the heaviest. No, today may be the heaviest earnings day this earnings season. No, next Wednesday is the heaviest day. Never mind. Next Wednesday and Thursday are really heavy on the earnings. Today is the third heaviest day. Yeah, absolutely. EPs come in clusters. Some earnings seasons, you're gonna have 10, 15 or more really good EPs, and they all go up 50, 100% in the next few months. Or, and then some earnings season, you don't get any pretty much. Well, in small and micro cap land, you're always gonna get a few, but no matter what. Because of the information inefficiency. Then there's always something with a big surprise. The semis keep setting up. Like, there's so many good looking semiconductor names. This SMH ETF looks absolutely amazing. But right now they're still range bound. So it's kind of hard to get bearish or anything on the market. Like, there's still a lot of, so many things setting up. They just need to actually break out and go. I'm gonna watch a video on YouTube. Which is better, brushing teeth versus mouthwash? I'm gonna be back in 7 minutes 26 seconds. Alright, so toothbrushing is the best one, it's not even close. And even better if you do mouthwash even after toothbrush. You learn something new every day. I'm gonna start brushing my teeth. I haven't done it in like 20 years. Questions on that? Yeah, I mouthwash with Nocco too. Every day before I go to sleep, I wash my mouth with Nocco. It's great. Pro tip. This ARK K ETF, I think this ETF is a really good barometer for like speculation money. And yeah, it's really weak. Kinda gets rejected here on the declining 50-day. But it's also kinda building higher lows. It's just in a sideways range. Doesn't really mean anything. It's just one day. Maybe it goes sideways for another few weeks and then we break out. Or maybe it breaks down. Don't know yet. Too early to tell. But this ETF, this is where some of the most speculative stocks are. So it's a good barometer for the rest of for the type of stocks like I personally like to trade. The fast moving stocks. Hey guys, I have an idea. Just because the markets are super slow, And I wanna get to know you guys better. I'm thinking about doing like interviews. Like after the stream, like 10-15 minute interviews or whatever. 5, 10, maybe not 5, it's too. Just short interviews. Just to know like a little bit more about you guys, why you trade, what your motivations are, how you got into trading, why you're not sending me Nocco, stuff like that. No, not live on stream. Or, nah, I'm gonna start off offline. Well, not offline, but not live on stream. But maybe I'll do like, if people want it, I could do like on live on stream too. But I'm gonna start, like doing private. It will cost you 50k. Fuck you, David. Casting couch? I have no idea what casting couch is. Sorry. Never heard of it. Casting couch fundamental research? I don't know. Is it a stock? Oh. What happened? What happened? Everything is just... Everything is going lower. Fake taxi? Not sure what that is. Yeah, don't get full in love with this Snapchat, guys. It's not gonna work when the market is like this, okay? There's a lot of weakness below the surface. Like indices are kind of still holding their uptrends. Like Russell pulled back from the gap open, but they're kind of building higher lows on a daily and 60 minutes. Same thing with the SPYs but individual stocks look much worse. Even the strong ones. Yeah, I think we do need a reset. We can get a real pullback. Like last time I talked about this 200 day on Nasdaq. I mean, if we had gotten that, we would have gotten a much, beautiful rally. But instead we didn't. Instead we got a grind up multi-month bull market or bull run. Super slow. Would be nice if we got a, or if we just pull back, go sideways, and then break higher. Doesn't matter for me. I just don't want us to stay here near highs and just keep grinding higher. It's like there's, so tired of it. Either like we get a pullback, a mild pullback, reset a little bit, build another higher low, build a big flag in the Nasdaq, or get a bigger pullback down to like, I don't know, 12,000 or 11,000 or whatever. That's where the best money is made, after a pullback. The easiest money in my trading career, at least when I went over to swing trading, was like here, this here, and obviously also this run here. But especially like this run here, April to like September, August, September. I mean, that was like literally free money. Also, also this run here, January to like April, May 2019, that was also like free money. Both of those times were coming off a multi-month correction. 20-30% corrections. And also, when the market comes out of a multi-month range like it did late last year in November through February, that was a good run. And also this was a good run when the market broke out of a multi-month correction or sideways. Big flag. And then 2017 was overall a very easy market. It just kept going higher whole year. 2016, I don't really remember what I did here. I was kind of doing a hybrid of swing and day trading. Same thing in 2015. In 2014, I only did day trading. So that the indices don't matter as much. Markets have nowhere to go if at all-time highs. What the fuck does that even mean? I'm sorry, what? Markets have nothing to go, have nowhere to go if at all-time highs? I'm sorry, what? Are we living in the same universe? Most of the time I've been swing trading, markets have hit all-time highs. This bull run here, great bull run, it hit all-time highs like every other day. Same thing here. Every other day it hit all-time highs. What are you talking about? 2017, the market hit all-time highs like every other day, every other week. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you mean that? Yeah, numbers are gonna run out. Yeah, that's true. I'm also gonna tighten up some stops probably. This net, I'm gonna start trailing with a 10-day. I was thinking about trailing with a 20-day, but I don't wanna I don't want to turn it into a losing trade. So I'm gonna, this is a free trade now. Even if it stops me out, I'm gonna make a small profit on it. Roblox 2. I'm gonna keep the stop here. AMAT. TNA, I'm gonna use the 10-day. This is by far my biggest position. It may be my biggest overnight position ever. I'm not sure. But this one I don't want to turn into a loser. ALB. I'm gonna keep trailing it with a 20. NVAX. I'll keep trailing with the 20. It's a free trade. And Shopify, we'll see. Oh man, why are you guys DMing me? Oh. Oh, it's about the interviews, okay. Oh, so I mentioned the interviews and like 15 people or 12 people have DM me. Okay, well that's good. Shows there's interest. I'm not gonna do it today. I need to prepare questions. So otherwise I'm just gonna answer, ask questions like, so what's your favorite Nocco flavor? And other irrelevant stuff. Yeah. If the answer is anything other than legend, you're gonna get banned from my community. Are you allowed me to ask me questions? No. Like, I'm looking at many of these mega cap names. Like, look at Google. Like, it's not a great risk reward here, man. It's straight up. Like, this thing is due for a... Well, it doesn't have to pull back, but generally, when things are straight up like this, it's not a good sign. What's Facebook? Facebook is not as extended. It just broke out of a multi-month flag, or like a 7-8 month flag. What's Amazon? Amazon is just breaking out of a long flag. Microsoft, yeah. Yeah, I do think, yeah, it's kind of... A pullback would be good. A real pullback. Yeah, Tesla is now below the 50-day again. Interrogation or interview? Good question. It's probably gonna be an interrogation. Two names I really like is this Fiverr. It has earnings in a week, or next Wednesday, I think. Yeah, and next Thursday, exactly in a week. This thing looks great, flagging nicely on the weekly. Another one is Zillow, also very similar chart, flagging on the weekly. It reports on Tuesday, I think. Yeah, you know, these things, you know, if they can break out on earnings, you know, could be nice movers. And there's many more like these. Now these two are a little bit on the thinner side, but as long as there are like these long flags, it's you know, gotta stay optimistic. It's gonna be. I think I'm gonna catch something big this earnings season. I think so. Last earnings season was this UPSD. Wasn't a big position, but man, this thing went up 80% in 2 days after entry. Not bad. I'm sure I'm gonna catch something like this earnings season also. Peloton, it looks like it's about to break down. Zoom too. Snow getting rejected on the... This has to be one of the most expensive. Well, it's not a mega cap anymore, but it used to be a few months ago. You know, something like Doku, oh, they report 3rd of June, that's a long way off. But it's been flagging for a long time. It looks great. Fastly is weak. But also a lot of stocks are also really weak, so... Yeah. Patience, 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 that's the only thing. Netflix looks awful. Yeah, it does look awful. You're right. Wow, it's not. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Looks like he wants to go lower. That's right. With 25 people DM me. Oh, come on, guys. Oof. Okay. It's gonna take me a while to respond. Oh, okay. I'm gonna cut the stream now. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow.